Radio 1's digital update.
On tonight's show, the Wu-Tang Clan go digital and the Spice Girls want your art.
And as computer game characters become more human, should we feel bad about butchering them like pigs?
I'm Rachel Reynard, and standing ankle deep in the blood of the fallen, like a virtual Genghis Khan, that's Charlie Brooker.
Hello, this is the digital update on Radio 1.
The world of dance music and the world of technology have been best buddies ever since scientists discovered that each time a synthesizer goes, discotheque fun levels start to rise. As a result, many dance musicians are a bit sniffy about technology and insist on using only the very latest kit. But not Mark Ray and Steve Christian. They're in love with an old-school box of tricks.
It looks like a cash register, surprisingly. It has 4x4 rows of soap key buttons, rather like a Sinclair Spectrum. Makes you sound very tough and taut, and it means that we can put the rhythmical anger of American music to a lot of our British ideas.
It's too much to comprehend. Ray and Christian's soulful hip-hop British ideas please the Jungle Brothers, Jeru the Damager and Texas, all of whom feature on their new album. Their precious MPC 60 drum machine also puts in a starring role. So, who's in charge of pushing the buttons?
I'm the techie one, he's the knobby one. Why have you done that?
All I did was come over and press a few buttons.
Yeah, well done.
Now, but this is the MPC 60 Akai Roger Lynn designed drum machine, which basically is a fantastic piece of kit for sequencing your samples, and also has a particular quality to the sound of the samples which is unique and very different to the next level family of samplers that you got from Akai, which was 16-bit. And that is the machine that is used by Teddy Riley, Kenny Dope of Masters at Work, DJ Premier of Gangstar. It allows you to basically make music swing in a really funky way, and also give it a gritty sound.
While Mark and Steve may make beautiful music together, they don't always see eye to eye on technological detail. What?
His assumption that it's 12-bit when he doesn't actually know.
It's 4-bit.
The SP's 12-bit, the
Right.
MPC's 16.
And
However, it is a lower quality than modern day samplers, and it does have quite a distinctive sound, very, very warm bass end. Which,
like
you know, it does give you that, you know, when you can actually feel it hitting your midriff in clubs and stuff.
Using a dusty old sequencer instead of a shiny new computer and Cubase is all very well. But come on, will anyone really notice the difference?
Sounds explained as something that's imperceptible and just sort of, oh, that's real technical rubbish. But if you actually listen to the two, who notices it is your arse, because basically when you dance, one you'll sort of do the sort of bus stop shuffling to, and the other one you'll try and, you know, throw your head off.
Eager to throw our own heads off, we asked Mark and Steve for a demonstration.
Each pad has its own separate sample in it. Cowbell, snare, the organ, one bar percussion loop that'll just get repeated. Then you've got a second bank of sounds, which are all the pterodactyls. Excellent. There we go.
Do you know what that is? That is a complete and utter accident. We were trying to sample a record, and at the end of it, I spun the record back, and it came out sounding like that, which we were very fond of immediately. The BBC would be interested in that for, you know, a lot of their prehistoric programmes. And 50 quid. Go on.
I'll give you 45. While Mark tries to peddle his wares, Steve guards the MPC like a jealous lover. He doesn't even like his musical co-pilot touching it.
And this is the point at which Mark comes in and just sort of plays randomly on top of it.
I pressed the button, you see, that's another thing, is that... Fucking hell. Don't swear.
Ray and Christian's Northern Sulphuric Soul, one of the albums of the year, since you ask, is available in the shops.
コンピューターもとってもいい on Radio 1.
Rap supergroup Wu-Tang Clan just can't help coming up with silly names for themselves. Method Man, Johnny Blaze, Ghostface Killer, Iron Man, ODB. Now RZA has recorded a concept album under the pseudonym Bobby Digital. Described as a b-boy superhero, Bobby Digital has the power to plug into any computer and transmit his own digital signal in order to thwart and annoy the man. This new high-tech direction sits snugly alongside an unconfirmed rumour which claims an action-packed Wu-Tang PlayStation game is currently in development, assuming they can fit them all onto one screen.
There's no ignoring Rupert Murdoch, even when you're playing a computer game. The Murdoch-owned Sky Sports Channel has unveiled plans for a range of officially branded sporty video games to be published by the Murdoch-owned Fox Interactive label. Details are scarce, but you can bet your bottom there'll be a football game in the works. in which Man United will perform exceptionally well. The squadron of corporate-approved titles will invade the nation shelves next year. Check your Murdoch-owned newspaper for more details. On the front page, beneath the headline, All Hail King Rupert. As ever, more information on all this week's stories can be found sitting indoors and blobbing out at the Radio 1 website at
www.bbc.co.uk/radio1/.
It's a Saturday night and everyone else is out dancing around and stuff, you know, with humans. But not me. I'm indoors and I'm killing people in a computer game. The game's called Populous The Beginning, and it puts me at the helm of an entire civilization. And there's a war going on at the moment. The computer side sort of seems to be beating me. It seems to be able to think better than I can.
We actually have done tests within the office with some work experience guys, where they've sat down, they've played a level of Populous, and we played 50% against the computer player, 50% against the human player, and some of them could not tell the difference.
The work experience kids might mistake it for a human, but it's just a program, isn't it?
When they're playing against the computer, they assign emotion to the artificial intelligences in the game. I think that's a really good sign of artificial intelligence, when people actually feel that they're obviously assigning human qualities to an AI.
While the game's programmers are replicating intelligence, Toby Simpson from Cyberlife is trying to go one better by emulating life itself.
We specialise in building complete artificial organisms. So all of the things that you'd find in a real organism, say your heart, your lungs, and your bloodstream full of chemicals, we actually put those inside artificial systems. Because we figure that if you want something to behave like an animal or like any other living system, then you should actually make one.
Toby's company, Cyberlife, are responsible for this program, Creatures 2, which is sort of like a very advanced version of one of those Tamagotchi idiot playthings. I've just hatched my first creature, and it's walking around now. Guy, scratch his little nose. It's trying to talk to me.
My view on whether something alive or not is whether I'm prepared to believe it's alive.
He's smiling at me.
At the moment, those organisms themselves are not actually conscious in the same way that we are, so we don't actually have that degree of moral issue. They're just adaptable systems that are able to learn from their environment and change their behaviour accordingly.
Oh, that's it. He's eating it. He's put a big smile on his face. That's all. He's a little cutie little thing.
They have biological systems inside them that allow that creature to exhibit the properties of being alive. So from that point of view, they are a kind of life or an instance of life. I believe that for sure.
Oh no, don't eat that. Can you envisage a time maybe where you'll get characters in the game so intelligent and lifelike you'll feel really bad about blowing their heads off with shotguns?
I think we're very close to that stage now.
Would you feel bad about maybe hacking their arms off with shears? Attacking them with a trowel, perhaps?
Trowel no.
Creatures 2 is out now. Populous The Beginning is out next month.
Konnichiwa. It's a computer world.
And now, baby, sporty, scary and posh want a piece of your art in this week's Virtual Insanity.
If you can draw and you love the Spice Girls, you could be in luck. Having cajoled the entire world into spicing up its life, the Squawking Songstresses are calling on fans to spice up their next single by drawing the cover on their behalf. The sleeve design will be chosen from entries to an online competition, details of which appear exclusively on their official website. The song's called Goodbye. The closing date is Friday, and curiously, for an online competition, they'll only accept entries by post. So get your crayons ready now.
Here, Rachel, look, I've drawn one. Do you think I'm in with a chance?
Well, it's nice, but elephants don't wear lipstick, and any zookeeper who tried to do that probably wouldn't survive. Now cackling insanely through his sick reign of terror, all hail the sinister overlord of sound, Peel the Merciless.
Discontinue. Tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Radio 1's Movie Update. The update on Radio 1.
Peel the Merciless, is it? Crazy, crazy kids. I'm intrigued by the idea of records your ass can listen to. Here's an entire programme your ass can listen to.